Chapter 6, Section 4, Charting a Course for Our Future. Key concept number 1. What are two types of global change of concern to biologists? Researchers are gathering data to monitor and evaluate the effects of human activities on important systems in the biosphere. Two of these systems are the ozone layer high in the atmosphere, the global climate system. Ozone depletion. Between 20 and 50 kilometers above Earth's surface, the atmosphere contains a relatively high concentration of ozone gas. The layer of the atmosphere is called the ozone layer. The ozone layer absorbs a good deal of harmful ultraviolet or UV radiation from sunlight before it reaches the Earth's surface. Exposure to UV can cause cancer, damage eyes, decrease organisms' resistance to disease, damage plant leaf tissue and phytoplankton in the oceans. Early evidence. In the 1970s, scientists discovered a hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica. After it was first discovered, the ozone hole grew larger. A similar ozone hole also appeared over the Arctic. In 1974, a research team published data showing that gases called chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, could damage the ozone layer. One solution: CFCs were once widely used as propellants in aerosol cans, as coolant in refrigerators, freezers, and air conditioners, in the production of plastic foams. The U.S. and other nations began reducing the use of CFCs in 1987 and eventually banned them. Since the ban, the level of chlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere has decreased, indicating that the ban will have positive long-term effects on the global environment. Current data predict that the ozone hole should shrink and disappear within 50 years, such as temperature and rainfall. Many ecologists are concerned about strong evidence that the climate is changing. Since the 19th century, average temperatures have risen about 0.6 Celsius degrees, just over half a degree Celsius. Data indicate that since 1980, average temperatures have risen between 0.2 and 0.3 degrees Celsius. The term used to describe the increase in the average temperature of the biosphere is global warming. One sign of global warming is melting polar ice. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the North Pole. Right up here. Alright, Santa Claus lives somewhere over in here, you know, magnetic north's over here. Okay, so in 1999 is what you see in white. What the purple is here on the edges, this is the ice that has melted in the 20 years since 1979. So in 79, all the purple and white were ice. And in 1999, it was just the white. And I'll go ahead and tell you, 12 years, 13 years later, it's even less than what it's showing right now. Evidence of global warming. The geological record shows that Earth's climate has changed repeatedly during its history. Researchers must determine whether the current warming trend is part of a larger natural cycle of climate change or whether it is caused by human activity. A widely accepted hypothesis is that current warming is related in part to human activities that add carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. The burning of fossil fuels, along with the cutting and burning of forests, adds carbon dioxide to the atmosphere faster than the carbon cycle removes it. Data shows that concentrations of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere have been rising for 200 years. As a result, the atmosphere's natural greenhouse effect is intensified, causing the atmosphere to retain more heat. Possible effects of global warming. Most recent computer models suggest that the average global surface surface temperatures will increase by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius by the year 2050. Sea levels may rise enough to flood coastal areas, affecting coastal ecosystems as well as human communities. Parts of North America may experience more droughts during the summer growing season. New organisms may be able to live in places where they once could not. Other organisms may become threatened or extinct in areas where they once thrived. The value of a healthy biosphere. Ecosystems provide many goods and services such as water purification and waste recycling. Ecosystems are also a reservoir of organisms that one day provide humans with new medicines and new crops. Here's some ecosystem services: solar energy, production of oxygen, storage and recycling of nutrients, regulation of climate, purification of water and air through the water cycle and the carbon and hydrogen cycle, storage and distribution of fresh water, food production, nursery habitats for wildlife, detoxification of human and industrial waste, natural pest and disease control, management of soil erosion and runoff. People can make wise choices in the use and conservation of resources. Avoid using more water than necessary. Plant trees to replace those that have been cut down. Recycle and reuse trash and other wastes. Safely remove hazardous materials. An increase in the average temperature of the biosphere is called global warming. The geological record indicates that Earth's climate has repeatedly changed over its history. A possible effect of global warming is extinction of organisms in areas where they once thrived. Depletion of Earth's protective ozone layer results in an increase in the amount of UV radiation that reaches the surface of the Earth. The most likely cause of ozone depletion is the addition of chemicals developed for use in refrigeration and aerosol cans. Into the section.